I saw Superman. The free dono Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. That's crazy. Thank you, Borbius. Arigato. So thank you, Feats. Oh, Adi is late. Free dono it is. I'm not that late. Also, thank you, Sitsun. No, Adi means free dono. It's the law. Who made that law, huh? Who made that law? Here, I'm the law. And the first time to your stream, hello! Welcome, Ferdinand. Ferdinand Weigert. Ist das Deutsch? Ist das Deutsch? Kann das sein? Nemo, I don't know, as for the Superman movie, I definitely probably still prefer Marvel movies for multiple reasons. First of all, this was my like first time seeing a Superman movie in cinema, and I thought it was really funny how goofy it was at times. Like you're just watching and you're like, yeah, that might as well happen. Why not? You know, yeah. I probably shouldn't spoil it, but it's like, oh, you think you can defeat me, Superman? Well, little did you know that, I kidnapped your mother, and now she is an alien to defeat you. And you're like, huh? Alright. Might as well do that in the last 10 minutes of the movie? Sure, why not? Huh? No, that's not a real spoiler. That's not a real spoiler. That was me making something up to avoid spoiling. Nah. It's kind of that feeling. There's just some kind of reveals that are like, okay, that don't make sense, but alright. Yeah, I also didn't think the main villain was really had a cohesive motivation at all? Not really. Not really, no. He didn't make a lot of sense to me, being honest. Just to be honest. Was your cousin sitting there getting the ick? I don't know. We were just kind of laughing how useless that dog was. That dog did nothing. It's like, save us, super dog! Oh, alright, he's gone chasing after squirrels. Alright, next time, super dog. I don't know. Oh, I'm from Bavaria, du bist aus Bayern. Oh, my condolences. Yeah. It was strange. You're hating on poor Crypto? He was just a little useless. He was just a little useless, we're being honest. I think it's very you know, it's kind of interesting to watch because I don't think the movie takes itself that seriously. There's a lot of things that are just like there and they don't explain them, but they are just there. Or like no one ever explains why that one guy, that one really normal dude who just works there at the news agency, why all the ladies are into him. No one explains it. He's just an average looking guy and apparently he's the most chaddest Chad in the whole world. And no one ever says why. He just is. I don't get it. And also what I thought is that Marvel has much better music. Yeah, for Marvel, they have a lot better film music than DC does. Yeah. Attitude probably. Yeah, it's I don't know, I was a little bit confused. He's just really good at Candy Crush, that's why he's so popular. Well, if that were the case, he'd be popular with like middle-aged to elderly ladies. But he got all the young women. I know. Yeah, Also, first stream, happy to join. Wow, we got many new people here. Where did you find me from? If you're here to get me to pay my taxes, I won't. Also, welcome Traden Waters and hello. No, but yeah, that was my professional opinion on the Superman, on the Superman movie. I was confused. A very goofy movie. Very goofy movie. Or how he's like, oh, I won't kill anyone. I won't kill anyone. I'm Superman. And he just like kills a bunch of the goons and you're like, alright. I saw that the stream title said D&D. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's get into that. I'm supposed to be here to rate D&D subclasses, yeah. Wait, let me... I have a wonderful visualization for this. Which means I'll be doing a list here on stream. Live as we're talking about it. Also, welcome. Just some guy on his phone. Neat. I just now finally got the stream's notification. Yeah, don't worry about it. YouTube is a small indie company, so yeah. I can't remember how I found the stream. Maybe ASMR VOD got recommended to me. Wakata. Yeah, I should make more videos. I got a new artwork today, so I'm really glad. I'm really glad. Let me see if I can show it off. What are we rating them on? Party utility, solo utility, spell list. I think solo utility is kind of a silly thing to rank it on. Because Cleric is mainly, a lot of the subclasses are utility based. And a lot of the time you don't play D&D alone. So I think party like utility might be best. Just general party utility. And I will be considering both in and out of combat utility. Let me see the art. It's a cute art. We're rating on how fast you can seduce a dragon. Well, if we were doing that, we'd need to do Bard subclass ranking. Which we have done in the past, not today. I am branching out just a little bit out of my comfort zone as a Bard Oshi person. Ne. I can't save the image. Oh well, I'll show it to you at a later point in time. Also, we're only going through PHB subclasses, cause yeah. 2024 PHB. I don't know, I kind of refuse to look at the 2024 PHB. I can't forgive what they did to my glamour bard. I cannot forgive them. Never forgive, never forget what they did to my glamour bard. Ooh. Anyhow, let's see. In the PHB, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we have to go through. No, 7 in the PHB, which is knowledge domain, life domain, light domain, nature domain, tempest domain, trickery domain, and war domain. Whoa. They get so many subclasses. What they got so many for? Not even Bard got that many. I don't think. Why so many flavors of Cleric? They have way less for Warlock too, I think. I know. I can't forgive how they designed the dragons and nerfed the paladin. Oh, this is, guys, yep, it's the species, guys. It's the species, and also there's no half species because apparently they can't mix. That is not species. They're just different. Let's not even worry about that, guys. Enjoy the 2024 player handbook. Yeah. Anyhow, starting off, let's go with the knowledge domain. Knowledge domain has quite a few features. Starting with level 1, which is strange to me. Which is strange to me. I'm so used to Bard, where you only get features starting first level, so where you only get spells starting 3rd level. Let's see here. Oh wait, that doesn't even show. Machidayo. Wait, the source I'm looking at doesn't even show the spells. Hey, show me the spells. Show me the spells. Huh? Huh? Ah, there we go. Knowledge domain, there we go. Ah, yeah. I think the rule is that there can't be an even mix. They can get it on, but the children don't get unique features. Well, that's boring. What do you mean if a dwarf and an elf has a child? The child is either a dwarf or an elf? What do you mean it's not a dwelf? That's... I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed beyond measure. And my day's ruined. Anyhow, okay, let's go. First of all, let's look at the domain spells for Knowledge Cleric. First level, they get Command and Identify. Now, Command... I know that one very well, cause Bard player. But the problem is... Command needs to be understood by the target of the spell, which is good against humanoids, but very, very useless against monsters, or just if you're in a different region of the world. I imagine being like, command drop. The enemy does nothing because he only speaks dwarvish. He's like, what that boy say? Huh? What does he want from me? So that's probably the biggest caveat to command. I can't remember a time that I used it. Cause when you get to higher level spells are better. Like for example, well, I guess the good thing about command is that it doesn't use concentration, but at the same time it only lasts 1 turn. Command depression. I know. I personally am more of a suggestion person, you get me? Cause even though it's like it's concentration spell, but it can get a single enemy out of the fight for like 8 hours if you really wanted it to, if you can keep your concentration that long. Meanwhile, command also only works on 1 target, but you just gotta spam it each turn if you want to keep that target out of the fight. Now, if you can do it for something good like command, throw your sword off a cliff, that might be better, but or like even command like drop or something, like, or command kneel or something. Those just give you the prone condition, and that takes like only half your movement to stand back up. Yeah, so honestly, I think command for a level 1 spell, there's probably better level 1 spells in my opinion. Because first of all, very limited by what it can affect. Second of all, there's just better level 1 spells out there. Like for example, level 1, if you're playing at level 1, then sleep is a go-to spell. Sleep is great. Or the level 1 spell that rightfully gets banned in different games. Wait, does Cleric spell list have silvery barbs, or is that just... do clerics have silvery barbs? Cleric spell list. If they don't have silvery barbs, I feel bad for them. But point still stands. For Cleric, I like a lot of the level 2 spells. Silvery Barb, the Sorcerer, Wizard, Bard. Wakata. Cleric just downgraded a lot in my mind. Also, welcome, Blue Darling. Adi, it's been forever. Has it? I was here yesterday. Where were you? Let me see their first level spells. I guess they got... Oh, yeah, no, they don't really... Oh. Cleric doesn't have that many good first level spells. Shield of Faith is good, though. I really like Shield of Faith because of the extra AC that's so good at early levels. What's the plan for this stream? Well, right now I'm just going through the spell list. I don't remember your model looking so stunning. Oh my. Yeah, if I had the choice between casting Command or like Guiding Bolt or Inflict Wounds or Shield of Faith, I'd probably choose those others. And Command doesn't have good out-of-combat use either. And then they got Identify as the second first level spell. Which Identify is good. Identify is good out of combat. Yeah. Identify, I don't mind that at all. No. Identify is really good. When your party gets loot, you're gonna need Identify. Otherwise, you're gonna put a cursed object on. No, that's a very solid level 1 spell. Why not? Then at 3rd level, you get Augury and Suggestion. Suggestion, I love Suggestion. Once again, Suggestion is with the language barrier, but aside from that, I love Suggestion. Because you can use it both for in combat and out of combat. In combat, you wanna get rid of an enemy for a while. Suggestion, take a walk. Suggestion, take a hike, buddy. I know. And out of combat, what about Identify in combat? Well, it takes a minute to cast, so if you find a way to use Identify in combat, then... Well, it's probably still not useful then, but... I'd ask how you did that. What's Adi's best suggestion for chat? You should watch this stream and afterwards watch all my song covers. That'd be a good idea. Also, welcome Jimmy. Yeah, but a buddy of mine plays a Cricket. I think that means Cleric. Cleric of Blood Domain homebrew, and he picked up a cursed item which removed his charms, basically making him useless because his magic is charm based. As a bard player, monster is immune to charm is like my least favorite thing to see. Yeah, demo. Love Suggestion. Very much love Suggestion. That's a little bit lower on the list than Identify for me. And what does Augury do? Oh, I see. Interesting. I've never actually used that spell or seen it used anywhere. Arigato! Thank you, Sitsan! Saving the throw failed. Okay, I'll do it. Augury is DM should totally tell us if this is a good idea. Well, I feel like many DMs would probably like that spell. Just because they could be like, God, guys, please don't waste 5 hours of this. This is a bad idea. But also I've never seen anyone use that spell. That is crazy. I did not even know that spell existed. So I guess the spell probably depends on how useful your DM makes it. Yeah, I don't think I can pass a judgment on that. Then 5th level is non-detection and speak with dead. I do like speak with dead. I do like speak with dead a lot. I think it's really useful. Even if it's just like you're in a dungeon and you find a skeleton and you're like, hey, so what's down that hallway that killed you? I like speak with that. It's a good spell. It's a good spell to have. And because of how Cleric works, where you can swap your spells each long rest, like, it's a good spell to have. It is a good spell, and it's probably gonna come in use at least sometimes during the campaign. Our DM got us to use it by giving us a magic item with a free use of it and throwing us into a labyrinth. Ah. Will this dungeon be good? DM wheel. One party wipe later. I thought you said it'd be good. The dungeon was good. Your fate wasn't. Yeah, speak with that is a good spell. Next, non-detention. You hide a target that you touch from divination magic. Now that one sounds very situational. Just one target? And that's a which level spell is that? That's a 3rd level spell. I feel like is it concentration or not? I don't know, that spell seems kind of mid a little bit. I struggle to see there being too many opportunities to use that. It seems like a purify water and drink kind of spell. It seems like purify water and drink, where it's like it would be really useful once upon 80 sessions in that one specific scenario where you go, guys, I've got this spell! But aside from that, probably not. Now we've got at 7th level Arcane Eye and Confusion, both 4th level spells. Magical Eye. Isn't that just scrying without the... That's just scrying without the... How fast does the eye move? Oh. Oh, 30 feet per 6 seconds. Huh. How far could you even get with that eye? That's interesting, because it's pretty much exactly like scrying, except that it's not tied to a person. And it doesn't have a saving throw, obviously. I don't mind this, actually. I don't mind this at all. I'd probably use that spell. That sounds like a good spell. I'd use Spy Drone spell. That's a pretty good spell. I like Arcane Eye. Next is Confusion. This spell assaults and twists the creature's mind, spawning delusions and provoking uncontrolled actions. So is it like Crown of Madness? Isn't that just Crown of Madness without the... No, that is a concentration spell. How is that different from Crown of Madness? Wait, is it Crown of Madness or is it Crown of... It was Crown of something. Yeah, it is Crown of Madness. Huh? Isn't that just the same as Crown of Madness? Crown of Madness even had... Huh? It's AoE. Ah, I see. 10-foot radius. Ah, I see. It's Crown of Madness, but AoE. Huh. Before a 4th level spell? Now, Well, the good thing is it doesn't have the same restriction that Crown of Madness had, where Crown of Madness only works on humanoids. This one doesn't say it only works on humanoids. You don't cast to be useful per se, you cast it because you mess with the DM. 10-foot sphere. Might be hard to get many enemies grouped in there. I wouldn't see myself using it over other 4th level spells. I mean, other 4th level spells, for example, are Banishment, Death Ward, which is really good. Aura of Life. Yeah, I don't see myself using a spell slot for that over those spells on the Cleric spell list. Then 9th level is Legend Lore and Scrying. I like Scrying. Scrying's good. I don't mind Scrying at all. Now, is it a little weaker than other 5th level spells? Like, for example, oh, I don't know, Raise Dead? Yeah. But I like Scrying. I can't say it anywhere anyhow else. But clerics do have a lot of good 5th level spells. They got Greater Restoration, Raise Dead. Mass Cure Wounds, yeah, that. I like Scrying. It's useful, it's useful. If you got a spell left at the end of the day, you might as well spy on someone. You know, I feel like it has a lot of uses. You wanna spy on the enemy, see what plans they're making? Scrying. You wanna check on your family? Scrying. I don't mind scrying. If you have a spell slot left at the end of the day, you might as well scry. I like scrying. And I will not let anyone change my mind. And then you get Legend Lore. Near person, the significant lore. If the thing you named isn't of legendary importance, you gain no information. So it's like identify, but bad. I don't know, I couldn't see myself using legend lore. Like, what do I care if this axe was forged in the holy fires of the mountains by a dwarf named Grogok? I just care that it does +5 fire damage. I don't mind the rest. Yeah, Legend Lore is kind of whack compared to other 5e cleric spells, let's be honest. Okay, but those were the spell list, knowledge domain spells. Overall, I'd say it's some of them are just, I don't think they're useful. But I'll give it like a C. Like a C or B. Like a C or B tier. Probably B tier. Then comes all the fun features, oh gosh. First of all, first level, Blessings of Knowledge. You learn 2 languages of your choice. Wait, let me just, for note's sakes, do a little bit of a, Oh, nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Chotomate. But Gandalf didn't need 5th level spells to do that. Exactly. Exactly. That's knowledge. First gets a B for the spell list. Let me make that a nice color. Probably not the same color as the pool. There we go. Alright, maybe I should make it white instead. Does that look better? Nope, that does not look better. Let's make it like a dark purple. A dark purple. There we go. Perfect. So spell list got a B. Oh gosh. At this pace, we'll be here tomorrow morning. You learn 2 languages of your choice. You also become proficient in your choice of 2 of the different skills: Arcana, History, Nature, or Religion. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check that you make that uses either of those skills. 2 languages: Arcana, History, Nature, Religion. Not bad. I mean, but that's just like standard for pretty much every subclass, right? Like as a bard you get that too. Then your channel ability, 2nd level, Knowledge of the Ages. Oh, that's whack. That is so whack. You can use your channel divinity to tap into a divine well of knowledge. As an action, you choose one skill or tool for 10 minutes. And that's the only thing you get until level 6? Are you kidding me? Oh, you know, other clerics, they may be able to command divine power on the battlefield. They may be able to strike down their foes with magical prowess, but I don't even have to learn how to use these glass blower tools. Yup, I channel my god's knowledge and I can blow your glass. I know that is so whack. That is like F tier. Why would you choose that over anything else? Then 6th level is channel divinity, read thoughts. That's 6th level. At 6th level, you can use your channel divinity to read a creature's thoughts. You can use your action, your access to the creature's mind to command it. As an action, choose a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature succeeds on the saving throw, you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. If the creature fails its save, you can read its surface thoughts. When it is within 60 feet of you, this effect lasts 1 minute. During that time, you can use your action to end this effect and cast a suggestion spell on the creature without expending a spell slot. You get that at 6th level. And it is literally worse than Detect Thoughts. Because Detect Thoughts, you get the surface thoughts for free. It's only if you want to go deeper that you have to roll the save. That it has to roll the save. But here you have to roll the save to even get the surface level thoughts? Why is it weaker than a 2nd level spell, the heck? Then at level 8, Potent Spellcasting. Get your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip. Okay. At 8th level, okay. Then Visions of the Past. Starting at 17th level, you can call up visions of the past that relate to an object you hold. Isn't that just object reading? Holding an object as you meditate, you can see visions of the object's previous owner. After meditating for 1 minute, you learn how the owner acquired and lost the object, as well as the most recent significant event involving the object and that owner. 17th level. Isn't that just legend lore, but cheaper? But more expensive? At at 17th level. You can revive the dead that have been dead for hundreds of years. Well, isn't that just... I could do that at level 1 going, hey DM, can I check for any like marks on the floor? Hey DM. Can I roll a history check, DM? That is underwhelming. The features get an F from me. That is horribly underwhelming. Oh my god. And at that 17th level, other classes become literal gods at that level, and you're like, I can deduce by looking at this pair of glasses that its owner dropped them yesterday and stepped on him and then forgot them. Who are you gonna impress with that at 17th level? Most campaigns don't even go that long. I know. Next is Life Domain Cleric. The Healy Domain. Spell list is Bless and Cure Wounds for first level. Cure Wounds is okay, but I prefer Healing Word. Now, Cure Wounds does have marginally better healing than Healing Word, but consider, first of all, Cure Wounds is touch range. So if your comrade is getting mauled across the battlefield, well, you gotta go right there. You gotta go right in the face of the enemy to get them back up. Which is, just use Healing Word for that. You don't even have to get anywhere close for Healing Word. And Cure Wounds is one full action. Cure Wounds is one full action. Healing Word is only a bonus action. So I don't see any situation where I would use Cure Wounds instead of Healing Word. Especially because in 5e, at least this edition, the 2014 5e, healing overall is generally kind of weak. Like, a lot of people say in 2014, well, you can't use both on one turn because you can't use 2 leveled spells. You can only use a spell and a cantrip. So you can't use both in one turn, technically, according to the rules. Now, some people have different homebrew rules, but if we go according to the official rules, you can't use 2 level spells in the same turn. Yeah. So at least if you have the bonus action Healing Word, you can use like your action to, you know, make an attack. Or do anything. Yeah, but healing, kind of weak. If you're not using it to pick someone off the ground, then you're kind of better off attacking in 5e. So I would choose Healing Word over Cure Wounds any day. And you get Bless, which Bless is good. Just adding a D4. It is concentration though. Let me see, is it for skill check 2 or just, no, just attack roll as saving throw. For that, I would prefer Shield of Faith. Like, Cleric... one of the bad things about Cleric is that Cleric has a lot of concentration-based spells. Like, when you're playing Cleric, half of your spell list is concentration-based. And I feel like they are better concentration-based spells. Now, on one hand, a +4 to attacks... Wait, is it a +4? No, it's a plus D4. It's a plus D4, so that might as well just be 1 or 2. I don't know, I feel like I'd probably be using Shield of Faith or another concentration spell more. The problem with Cleric spells is that you have to be careful what you concentrate on because it makes up so much of your spell list. It is for 1 minute. For 3 allies. I think it's good. I think it's a good spell, don't get me wrong. I'm just overall not too happy with the Cleric concentration spell economy. Then third level is Lesser Restoration and Spiritual Weapon. Now, we don't even have to talk much about those are just objectively good spells. Spiritual Weapon... Ja. Kann man machen. Spiritual Weapon... I like it. And then... Lesser Restoration is a good spell. There are many conditions that you can technically cure with that. I do wonder if you were DM, would you say that a cleric with lesser restoration could make a blind person see again? Would you rule it as that? Because technically, lesser restoration does remove blindness, don't it? Don't it? Do you think so? Or do you not think so? Debate. Blindness is a condition, so yeah. I know, right? Unless it's a curse, yeah. So it's kind of strong. Imagine just rolling into town and curing all the blind people. It also works against disease, which is why I think it's even useful for like RP. Like, oh, the DM wanted to have a deep scene where Jimmy's little mother passes away of the pox. Oh no, little Jimmy. Oh wait, never mind. Our cleric has a level 2 spell. They're fine. They're fine. If they don't have eyes, well, yeah, but if they do have eyes. Then at 5th level, you get Beacon of Hope and Revivify. Well, Revivify, any kind of revival spell is automatically goated. And at that kind of level, Revivify is just the best you have access to before you get raised dead. Yeah. Nah. Which begs the question why the clerics of the cities don't cure the blindness of the poor. A conspiracy essay. Yeah, they always make those excuses like, oh, you know, the gods have given us these trials. Yeah, no, Revivify, all revival spells are just probably some of the best spells on their levels. Cause it's a very big difference if someone dies or not. Yeah, so even no, it's just a good spell. Yeah. Ah. In lore, people with 2nd level spell slots are already 1 per million basically. I know, but a lot of campaigns don't play it like that. And then there's 3rd level Beacon of Hope. On wisdom saving throws and death saving throws, and regains the maximum number of hit points possible from any healing. Yet another concentration spell. The cleric has so many concentration spells. But I don't actually hate that. But then again, let's play this out here. If you were in a scenario where all your comrades were on the ground rolling death saves, why would you cast this spell over just picking one of them up from the ground? Once again, this is just... It's not a bad spell, but I once again hate the cleric's concentration spell economy. So many concentration spells. I know, 7th is Death Ward and Guardian of Faith. We don't really have to talk about Death Ward. It's just a great spell. Especially because I don't think that Death Ward is concentration either, is it? Nope, Death Ward is not concentration. Honestly, every single day in the morning, just cast Death Ward on yourself. Just use that 4th level spell slot to cast Death Ward on yourself every single morning. Yeah. And then the other 4th level is Guardian of Faith. A large spectral guardian appears and hovers for the duration in an unoccupied space within range. Any creature hostile. Dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 20 radiant damage on a failed save for half as much on a successful one. The guardian vanishes when it has dealt a total of 60 damage. Oh. Now that is interesting. Because I would have so much fun with that spell. Because that spell... Wait, how long does it take to cast? 1 action? I would have so much fun with that spell. Because I think they made a bit of a mistake with that, in that this spell doesn't have a that spell doesn't have concentration on it. So you can just spam that and make money of them. I'd love that. At higher levels, I would love that so much. When you first get it and you only have like 1 or 2 4th level spells, probably not that good, but at later levels, that would be kind of goated. I just use it to create like death traps, cause you know you walk into a room and you immediately get lasered by like 15 of those. And you just make a circle of death around you. Nah. And like, it's pretty much guaranteed to do at least 60 damage. Well, at least then at most 60 damage, because it can't disappear any earlier. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I'd make like a ton. I'd make my DM hate that spell. I'd make my DM hate that spell. I'd lure the enemy into a room filled with those things. That would be so funny. Imagine you have 2 people with that spell and they leave like 15 of those in one room. I'd like that spell. I would like that spell a lot. Then we got Mass Cure Wounds and Raise Dead at 9th level. Those are just good spells. I don't know what else to say. I'll give this a rank. And now for the features. A maximized 10d6. It's a level 5 fireball for 4 spell slot. It only has 1 target though, whereas fireball has multiple targets. Right? Because it can only deal 60 damage in total, not 60 damage to each enemy. Yeah. I know. And then comes the features. First of all, bonus proficiency. When you choose this domain at 1st level, you gain proficiency with heavy armor, like that. Love myself some delicious chainmail armor. Or plate armor. Then Disciple of Life. Also starting at 1st level, your healing spells are more effective. Whenever you use a spell of 1st level or higher to restore hit points to a creature, the creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's levels. At level 1 would be plus 3 hit points. Which, considering that level 1 a wizard has 3 hit points, 6 hit points, that's not bad. That's not bad for what the class is meant to be. And then at 2nd level you get Channel Divinity Preserve Life. As an action, you present your holy symbol and evoke healing energy that can restore a number of hit points equal to 5 times your cleric level. Oh. So if you're level 1, you get 5 hit points. Choose any creature within 30 feet of you and divide those hit points among them. Now level 5, you get 25 hit points. That's not too many. This feature can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum. Well, I don't think you're gonna be doing much with 25 hit points at level 5. Kinda sounds a little bit like Lay on Hands, but less. And Lay on Hands doesn't require you to use, like, a feature. And lay on hands can work as a lesser restoration too, so I kind of like lay on hands more. But it is at 2nd level, so not bad. Blessed Healer. Beginning at level 6, the healing spells you cast on others heal you as well. When you cast a spell of 1st level or higher that restores hit points, you regain hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So if you cast a level 4 healing spell, you get 6 HP back? If you cast a level 4 healing spell with that, you get 6 HP back? That spell might as well... That feature might as well just not exist. What? That's so useless. Hontoni, that's so useless. At 6th level when you get that. Even if you cast a 4th level spell, which I think at that point is the highest you can cast, it would recover 6 HP for you. Which, like, that is less than any enemy at that level can do in a single attack. So that might as well just not exist. Then Divine Strike. At 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. Once on each turn, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage. When you hit level 14, the extra damage increases to 2d8. But it's also for HP. Yeah, but it's only for HP on you. And like, that probably isn't enough to keep you up for even like an extra round. And if it's only for you... I mean, if it was like, oh, choose another creature to get 6 more HP. Sure. Sure. That would be good for like picking 2 people up at once. But if it's just on you... I mean, yeah, it's free, but it would have been nicer to have something more useful. Also, I don't really get the Divine Strike feature. Cause like getting 2d8 bonus damage on weapon attacks as a spellcaster at 14th level. That's a little weak. That's a little weak, I think. A little bit, right? Huh. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about that. It's kind of just potent spellcasting. Well, but with potent spellcasting, at least you're just... They can be frontline, true, but you are playing the Healy subclass. Huh. Is that... Huh. Well, I'm not impressed. At 17th level you get... when you would normally roll 1 or more dice to restore hit points, you instead use the highest number possible for each dice. Okay. Sure. I mean, that helps you do a lot more healing. Don't get me wrong. If you have like a spell that does like an average of 30 healing but a maximum of 60, yeah, that is a big difference. That is a big difference. And it is what the class is supposed to do. So it is definitely useful. Oh, yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. It does what it's supposed to do. Yeah. I don't think I can complain too much about that. If you're choosing that subclass, then that is what you wanted to do. If you're choosing that subclass, that is the life you chose. Overall, I will give this, either B or an A. I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B for now. Yeah. And then comes Cleric, Cleric, Cleric. Light Cleric. Wow. Light Cleric. It's very one note. Light Cleric gets the... What is even the... I guess it's just really about light, huh? Light Cleric is literally about light. Oh, I wouldn't have actually guessed that. First level, you get Burning Hands and Fairy Fire. I love Fairy Fire. No one can convince me to not like Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire is a great spell. Fairy Fire is a great spell at any level. You want to give all your friends advantage on a boss even at 13th level? Yeah. Fairy Fire will got you covered. I like Fairy Fire. I just like Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire is good. And if you got invisible enemies, even better. It is. I like Fairy Fire. No one can convince me to hate Fairy Fire ever. I also get Burning Hands, which does 15-foot cone, dexterity saving throw, 3d6 fire damage, or half on a successful one. Not bad. Not bad. Ain't that just breath weapon without the breath weapon? Ain't that just breath weapon for free? Is that not just free breath weapon? Let me look at breath weapon. Does breath weapon do more or less damage? Probably less, right? 15-foot cone, yep. Dex save, yep, that's the same. And breath weapon does 2d6 damage at the earlier levels. It's baby breath weapon. It's baby breath weapon. At higher levels, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level above the first. So if you cast that as a 4th level, you'd get 7d6 fire damage. In a cone. In a cone. Not bad. Relies a little bit on positioning. But I do like myself some free breath weapon. Nah. Oh, I don't mind that. At 3rd level, you get Flaming Sphere and Scorching Ray. Ah, I see. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the spear must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. Ah, fire, fire, light the fire. Brighter, higher as you desire. Ignite our beating hearts. You can even jump the flaming sphere across pits. That's funny. Oh. I like that. I'd probably use that. It kind of reminds me like, isn't it Storm of Blades? That's kind of similar. But here it's not just if you're inside it, but also if you're in proximity. So I don't mind that spell at all. Scorching Ray. Create like 3 rays of fire and hurl them at a target. On hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. So if you hit all of them, that would be 66 fire damage at 2nd level. 2nd level spell for 66 fire damage. Oh! That's a good spell. 66 for a 2nd level spell. Now imagine if a 12 level warlock casts the thing, the cantrip, the thing, They only do like 3d10 at 11th level. Ah. No, this is good. This is a good spell. Oh, it does have an Eldritch Blast. Yeah, I forgot the word for Eldritch Blast. And at 5th level, we get Daylight and Fireball. Okay, well, we don't have to discuss Fireball. We do not even have to talk about Fireball. It's always a pleasure to have a Fireball. Daylight makes... Oh. Huh. Is Daylight just the same spell as the Light cantrip but with a wider range? And it dispels darkness? Well, that's useless for a 3rd level spell. No, that's kinda useless. Oh, it doesn't do any damage, does it? It just makes light. Huh. Nope, that just makes light. Oh, vampire and undead. Oh, I've actually never encountered those in any game. So that is relatively situational, but if you know that you're fighting those types of enemies, you might as well prepare it for the day. Then at 7th level you get Guardian of Faith and Wall of Fire. Wall of Fire is kind of like isn't it a little bit like Force Wall, or which one was it? Wind Wall? There's a lot of wall spells. Wizard also have a lot of those. This is more like Cleric of Witch Burning. Well, yeah, if you're playing in the Underdark, then yeah. If you're playing in that specific setting or in Curse's Straw, then yeah. We don't even have to discuss that. I mean, that's obvious. Wall of Fire. I like Wall of Fire for aura points. It's 4th level and it does 5d8. Huh. Not bad. Not bad. What subclass are we on right now? Right now, we are on Light Domain Cleric. Light. There we go. Going through the spell list currently. Yeah, I like Wall of Fire. It has aura. Yeah. And it's 1 foot thick. Oh. Then you have Guardian of Faith. Oh, that's just the same one. I still like Guardian of Faith. I just like it. I'd spam the hell out of that. And at 9th level you get Scrying, which I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love Scrying. No one will make me hate Scrying. And you get Flame Strike. A vertical column of divine fire roars down from the heavens in a location you specify. Each creature in a 10-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 46 fire damage and 46 radiant damage on a failed save. That's an average of what? That's an average of like 24 damage on a failed save in an area. What level spell is that? That's a 5th level spell. And Fireball is a 3rd level spell. It does the same amount of damage as Fireball, but split up across damage types. Now, the question is, why would you Why would you use Flame Strike instead of Fireball? Doesn't Fireball even... Yeah, Fireball has a double radius. Fireball has double the radius. A Flame Strike is cooler. Well, I guess it's... Well, that's easy. Clerics don't have Fireball. Well, no. With this subclass, you get Fireball at 5th level. Fireball is on the Light Domain spell list. So if you choose that subclass, why would you cast this one instead of Fireball? Can be good for flyers. Well, I guess it has height, that's true. But on the other hand, it doesn't... Flame Strike can't damage allies? Well, it doesn't say that. Nope. Each creature must make a dexterity saving throw. It doesn't say that you can choose which enemies. Does it have different components for casting? I didn't think Fireball... Nope, same components. And Fireball even has a larger range. So it does the same amount of damage, but Flame Strike is 2 levels higher for the same amount of damage. For half the area, for both you don't get to decide who it hits or not, it just hits everyone in that area. And Fireball has a much farther range. Flame Strike. Well, this one also has friendly fire potential, really. I mean, at that point, if I really needed to at a very specific range, I'm just gonna run a flame wall through them, I guess. I don't know, cause you have to remember this is a 5th level spell. This is a 5th level spell. With 5th level spells, you can bring back people from the dead. You can bring back people from the dead. Or control people's minds for like 30 days with Gias. The flavor is fun, but at the same time, if you got a cool DM, you should be able to flavor any spell, right? No. A fireball is a stolen wizard spell. Nah. But I mean, with the subclass, you get both fireball and this one, and I think fireball is just preferable. Unless you're in the very specific situation where you're in a very small room. I guess it's all in the height. You can really ensure none of those kids in that 40-foot orphanage survive. Very cool. Very cool, and that's the final spell you get. Overall, I don't mind that spell list. I don't mind that spell list at all. That's a good spell list. Some of them I'm a little bit mixed about, like, Daylight a little bit. Depends on the campaign setting, I suppose. Flame Strike wasn't too sold on that one, but overall, yeah, I like that. I like those spells. Now, it doesn't have any game-breaking spells. It doesn't have any game-breaking spells like Silvery Barbs. So, it doesn't get like an S ranking, but it's a solid A. A. The Freudian mistype. The Freudian mistype. I know. Nah. It gets an A from me. S tier would be like, it has like a spell that is just broken. You know, like, for me, Silvery Barbs is S tier spell. Light Cleric is my go-to when my setting will be Underdark, or if I know the DM will try to wipe the party with shades. Yeah, I think Light Cleric would be S tier for like if you're having Underdark campaign or if you're playing Chris Estrad. Then yeah, you want that. Any stealth or reflection spells? Not specific to this domain. No. Then let's see. What are the features? Level 1 feature, you get the light cantrip. For free. Light cantrip for free, let's go. Sure. What? I love getting light cantrip for free. Oi, bruv, you got a light? I mean, sure. I don't have any strong feelings about that. Then, also at first level, you can interpose divine light between yourself and an attacking enemy. When you're attacked by a creature within 30 feet of you, you can see... Oh! Okay. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. An attacker that can't be blinded is immune to this feature. So it's like a worse silvery barbs. But you can use it a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier. So when you're higher level, you can use it like 5 times a day. Which honestly, for a class that doesn't get silvery barbs, yeah, that's a good thing to pick up. Now, of course, it's limited by its range. Because having a 60-foot range versus a 30-foot range, that is pretty important. But at early levels, I think that's pretty good. I like that. Now, obviously, silvery barbs is much better. Also because it has advantage. It gives you advantage, or it gives one of your allies advantage after. Which that is just crazy. Silvery barbs is crazy, but I like silvery barbs light. Silvery barbs diet version. Yeah. Nah. And then you have, starting at oh, that's also a first level. Yeah, no, I like that. For first level, that's really good. At second level, you get Channel Divinity Radiance of the Dawn. You can use your Channel Divinity to harness the sunlight, banishing darkness and dealing radiant damage to your foes. Present your holy symbol and any magical darkness is dispelled within 30 feet. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw. And takes 2d10 plus your cleric level on a failed saving throw. So an average of 10 plus at this level 2, so an average of 12. Half as much on a successful one, average of 6 on a successful one. Creature that has total cover from you is not affected. 12 damage for creatures. At second level for any creatures within 30 feet. Kamamamahan. Can do. This kind of makes daylight a bit useless. Well, yeah. Yeah. Is that the only channel divinity you get? Oh. That is the only channel divinity you get. Alright. Okay. Sure. You know, some have like 2 channel divinities, right? Or am I going crazy? I mean, this channel divinity is kind of mid. I do like the damage, but the damage is gonna be very, cause like, you know, at second level, 2d10 damage is great. But at 9th level, 2d10 damage is nothing. At 9th level, 2d10 damage is not a lot. So I don't like that it doesn't really scale too well. At 6th level, you get Improved Flare. You can also use your Warding Flare feature when a creature you can see attacks. Oh, so you can also use the Diet Silvery Barbs for when your friends get attacked. I see. So it's slightly less Diet Silvery Barbs, but still within 30 feet. Still within 30 feet. The strength of Silvery Barbs is kind of that it that it has a slightly wider range. Well, it's whatever. 8th level, you add your wisdom modifier to the damage you deal with any cleric cantrip. Oh, just to cleric cantrips? Oh, that's stingy. That is stingy. That's so stingy. Adding modifier just to specifically cantrips? Just to cantrips? That is so stingy. That is very stingy. At 17th level, you get Corona of Light. You can use your action to activate an aura of sunlight that lasts for 1 minute. You emit bright light in 60 foot and dim light 30 foot beyond that. Your enemies in bright light have disadvantage on saving throws against any spells that deals fire or radiant damage. Okay. Alright. I know. Arigato! Thank you, Sentinel! 2d10 is very light damage. Yeah. I mean, at level 2 it's okay. At level 10 it's nothing. Isn't Silvery Barbs completely useless though? What? No! Silvery Barbs is so strong that a lot of DMs just outright ban it. A lot of DMs just outright go, you cannot pick Silvery Barbs because it's that broken. It's a free enemy disadvantage and ally advantage on both attacks and saving throws. For a level 1 spell, that's crazy. And especially, I know, especially because technically, if you read Silvery Barbs, it's not even just a disadvantage, right? Silvery Barbs is reroll and take the lowest dice, right? Reroll and take the lowest dice. So if you had advantage, that becomes ultra disadvantage. Because if you roll advantage and you get a 4 and an 18, and then someone Silvery Barbs you, and you have to roll again, and you have to take the 4 rather than whatever you roll on the next roll, because that's the lowest out of everything you roll. You have to take the 4. That is gottlos. Yeah, but I wasn't too impressed by the... Do you get a channel divinity that doesn't scale at all, and you get the only thing I remembered from those features was Silvery Barbs but light. So honestly, these are very mid. These are very mid. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I guess the last feature, but no campaigns ever get that far. It's kind of very mid. It's very, very mid overall. But yeah, that's the light domain. Good spells, but damn, they really went weak on the features. Yeah. Potent spellcasting is really nice, especially if you take Spell Sniper Eldritch Blast. Well, yes, but it's Cleric. They don't got Eldritch Blast. Or they'd have to multi-class, in which case they wouldn't even get that feature, because that's a high-level feature, which you can't really get unless you're like level 20 with multi-class. The next is Nature Domain. My 19th level campaign. Well, that's an outlier. Oh, the Spell Sniper fee will let you grab it. Ah, Spell Sniper fee comes with free. It's only once per turn. Ah, so it wouldn't apply to all of Eldritch Blast? Man. Sometimes the rules are very confusing. Anyhow, Nature Domain. Nature domain. You get spells, first level, animal friendship, and speak with animals. I didn't know that they had a Disney princess class in D&D 5e. I did not know they had that. I did not know they had that. No. I mean, yeah, why not? Why not? You just become a Disney princess. Level 1, become Disney princess. Okay. Level 3, you get bark skin and spike growth. Now, spike growth is a good spell. Spike growth is a good spell. Yeah. Is it difficult terrain? Yeah, that is difficult terrain. And 2d4 damage for any 5 foot traveled. I don't mind spike growth. I don't mind spike growth at all. Nee. Yeah. Spike growth, yeah. Good spell. Good control spell. Is this nature domain cleric now? Yeah, we're talking about nature domain. I like spike growth. Spike growth is a good spell. Then you also get bark skin. Touch a willing creature, target's AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what kind of... But that's a concentration spell. Once again, the concentration economy strikes again. Cause, why would you spend your concentration on bark skin if you could just use Shield of Faith, which would probably be better, cause at higher levels, nothing has an AC below 16, so it doesn't even matter. Bark skin is mid. Then at 5th level, you get plant growth and wind wall. That's what I was thinking of, wind wall. Wind wall. Yeah, that's just the same as the firewall, except you take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. Yeah. Ah. Also, it protects you from arrows and projectiles. That is delicious. That is delicious. I like that. Protecting from arrows, delicious. Well, it's the same as the firewall, except that it does help against arrows and or gases, which that one is more situational. That might come up or might not, depending on your campaign, but... I like wind wall. I like wind wall. It's good for hiding behind. It's good for hiding behind. And it does damage. There's a good amount of damage. The range is 120 feet and the wall is 50 feet long. Yeah. If you can force enemies to walk through it, you're getting free damage. That's pretty nice. Especially if you're fighting against a lot of enemies. I like the spell. You also get plant growth. Casting time is 1 action or 8 hours. I guess this is a spell you can do without expending a spell slot. Oh, I see. If you cast a spell using 1 action, choose a point within range. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. Oh, how long stay? How long does it stay like that? Does it stay like that forever? Wait, there's no duration. Does it stay like that for it's permanent? Oh, I like that. It's not even concentration either. A cleric spell that's not concentration, that's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out on this one, okay? Imagine you're my DM, alright? Imagine you're ID DM. And I hit you with first round. I am casting plant growth, right? I am casting plant growth. Second round, I am casting spike growth. You wanna get out of there? You wanna get out of there? Have fun spending 50 turns to walk 10 feet. Yes. Delicious. And they stack. And they stack. I love that. I love that. I love the subclass. That is a great combination. Oh, and it's only 3rd level. And it's only 3rd level. Oh, I would have a field day with that. I would have a field day with that. No, it's actually not specified as being difficult terrain. Plant growth, it doesn't say difficult terrain. It just says, takes 4 times as long to walk 1 feet. So technically, that's not difficult terrain. So it should stack with difficult terrain. Oh, I like that. I like that very much. Then at 7th level, you get Dominate Beast and Grasping Vine. Okay. Not bad. Up to 1 minute, not bad. It does have advantage if you're fighting it. But if you can get the drop on a creature, that's good. Arguing semantics here, ID. You're talking about the dice numbers game. Yeah, you gotta argue semantics. Yeah. I know. You could go 2 levels fighter for action surge. Plant growth and spike growth in 1 turn. Or hear me out on this one. What if you had 2 players who were nature domain cleric, and they put 2 areas of spike growth down? Would that do double the damage? If you put 2 areas of spike growth on top of each other, because it doesn't say you can't. It does not say anywhere you cannot. But would that do double the damage? Would that do double the damage? Effects with the same name don't stack. Wakata. But wait. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, you have a field. You have a 20-foot long field of spike growth, right? You have a 20-foot long feet of spike growth. And then behind the 20-foot field of spike growth, you put another 20-foot field of spike growth. Another one. Oh, you thought you got out of this one? Well, have fun getting into the next one. Another 20 feet of walking, mister. It reminds me of the Plants vs. Zombies strategy, where you just put the spiky thing on the ground all the way and do nothing else all game. Just put the spiky thing on the ground. What if the enemy is fireball? Well, that's just an overall problem. You just gotta get someone with counterspell. Oh, we'll position the warlock with the push of Hadar Eldritch Blast. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh my gosh. Or wait. how about a bard with command flee, and they just gotta run all the way back as far as they can. Oh, that would be great. Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh, that would be wonderful. Oh, you could. Oh, that would be so gnarly. Oh god. If you built a team around that, you would get banned from any table. Any DM would kick you out so fast if you put together the meat grinder the comp. Ah, damn, but yeah, that is pretty strong. I'm having a great time with this class. Also, you get Grasping Vine. You conjure a vine that sprouts from the ground in an unoccupied space of your choice. When you cast the spell, you direct a vine to lash out a creature within 30 feet you can see. Creature must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be pulled 20 foot directly towards the vine. Now, it would be great if you could use that in combination with Spike Growth, but they are both concentration spells, so you can't use them at the same time. Which is why I don't like Cleric. They have so many concentration spells. You're like, oh, I want to do this cool thing. Well, you gotta drop that first. My DM forced me to change out of Nature Cleric after I pulled a similar combo. I love that though. That is so fun. Oh my gosh, if I ever get to play Cleric in my lifetime, I will play Nature Cleric. I'm actually loving the subclass. I am actually You can, however, make a dragon enemy towards the Guardian of Faith. Actually, does this subclass even get Guardian of Faith? I don't think so. Let me check. Oh, it does. Oh, it's just within the normal Cleric spell list. Oh my god, I felt like I was on the edge of sneezing. It was so bad. I was like, oh, am I gonna sneeze? Am I not gonna sneeze? Am I gonna sneeze? Am I not gonna sneeze? I did not end up sneezing. Well, but yeah, I like Nature Domain Cleric. Then at 9th level you get Insect Plague and Tree Stride. Let me check. Insect Plague. Its range is 300 feet. Oh my. Swarming biting locusts fill a 20-foot radius sphere, centered on a point you choose within range. The sphere spreads around corners. The sphere remains for the duration and its area is lightly obscured. The sphere area is difficult terrain. When the area appears, each creature must make a Constitution saving throw. Creature takes 4d10 piercing damage on a failed save. Creature must also make the saving throw when it enters the spell's area for the first time. Isn't this just a Storm of Blades, but like 20-foot radius. Isn't it just the same? Well, I guess it's a bigger sphere. If you can put it in a choke point, that's good. Insect swarm plus fog plus flood. Oh, right, since it is slightly obscured, would that cause disadvantage on attacking from within the area? It is nice because it is difficult terrain, but it is once again concentration. The whole reason to cast the spell is to stand up and start singing the plagues from Prince of Egypt. Oh no, that's it. Okay, because this is slightly obscured, I see. Then you get Tree Stride. You gain the ability to enter a tree and move from inside it to another tree of the same kind within 500 feet. What? Once per round for the location. You teleport between trees. Anytime per round within a minute. Do you have to use your action to teleport? 5 feet of movement to enter the tree. Oh, you don't. So to teleport, to cast it, you have to use an action, but to move, you don't have to use an action. You just use your movement to teleport. Now, that is a great spell. That is a great spell. The only problem is that relies on you fighting in a forest. That relies on you fighting in a forest. Or a similar treed area. Now what do you do when you don't fight in a forest? What do you do if you're in a dungeon? You just can't use it. What do you do when you're anywhere but a forest? Creative forest? Can you do that with plant growth? Well, plant growth makes the plants that are there bigger. I bring 2 saplings with me. Well, you gotta throw one of them then. Oh yeah, that is right. As a you should just carry plants with you, huh? Oh. And what if you're permanently walking around with a bush? Honestly, this could be good. This could be great if you prepare the area. Honestly, if you're a smart player about this, this is a great spell. If you know you're going to fight somewhere or like you have to defend an area, just put a bunch of tree seeds around there and play peekaboo. That would be so fun. That would be so fun. And cast plant growth and then you play peekaboo. I know. I know. That is pretty fun if you manage to strategize it right. Just like throw a bag full of tree seeds into an arena. Spend 1 turn to cast plant growth and after that you're playing peekaboo. Does it take concentration? Does it take concentration though? Okay, it is concentration. But I still like it. But I still like it. It would be probably very fun. It would probably be very fun. If just for the pure and absolute joy of appearing behind an enemy going peekaboo and then hitting them in the back and then appearing somewhere else. I would derive a sick kind of pleasure from that. No, I like those spells. Honestly, those spells are fun. I don't think they're like game breaking or anything, but god, do I love that meat grinder combo. I kind of want to play that kind of cleric now just to try out that spell combo. That is such a good spell combo. Honestly, just because it got me really excited, I'll give it like I'll give it should I give it an S? Well, it sounds really fun. It just sounds really fun. I just love to try playing this. And I didn't get excited like that about any of the other. Now let's hope that the features can keep up with that. The first level you get an Acolyte of Nature. You learn 1 cantrip of your choice from the Druid spell list. This cantrip counts as a cleric cantrip for you, but it doesn't count against the number of cleric cantrips you know. You also gain proficiency in one of the following skills of your choice: Animal Handling, Nature, or Survival. Now, immediately, this is better than the Light Cleric level 1 feature. This is better than the Light Cleric. The Light Cleric, they just get light. Here, you just get a free Cleric, a free Druid cantrip. So it's already better than the Light Cleric one. And Druids have a lot of fun cantrips. Druids have a lot of fun ones. Yeah. Druids have a lot of good ones. Nee. I'm already green, it's true. It's true. I am green, I can't deny. You also gain proficiency with heavy armor. Now I do like that, cause I do like playing tanky clerics. Channel divinity, charm animals and plants. As an action, you present your holy symbol and invoke the name of your deity. Each beast or plant creature that you can see within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails the saving throw, it is charmed by you for 1 minute until it takes damage. While it is charmed by you, it is friendly to you and other creatures you designate. Yeah, why not? Sure. It's just a continuation of the Disney princess, but also for plants. Ne. Also for plants. Also, welcome Ramaru. Then at 6th level you have dampen elements. When you are a creature within 30 feet of you takes acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, you can use your reaction to grant resistance against that damage. Okay. A little bit mid. A little bit mid. An itty bitty bit mid. Well, it is only a reaction. Okay, yeah, it is a reaction. I thought it was an action. No, it is a reaction. Reactions are good. A little bit situational because of the types of damage, but if you're fighting a dragon, then you're in luck. If you're fighting a dragon, oh, this is the stuff for you. I know. Oh. Then at 8th level you get Divine Strike. Once on each of your turns when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause it to deal an extra 1d8 cold, fire, or lightning damage. At 8th level, 1 extra d8 damage. Stingy. Stingy. An average of 4 more damage in a single turn. At 8th level, stingy. That's stingy. That is stingy. Average of 4.5 actually. Ah, wakata. Math. At 17th you get Master of Nature. You gain the ability to command animals and plant creatures. While creatures are charmed by your charm animals and plants feature, you can make a bonus action on your turn to verbally command what each of those creatures will do on its next turn. Trying to think here. So if I charmed like a pack of squirrels, I could bonus action. Oh, squirrels bite. Something like that. You can charm a T-Rex. Well, yeah, but when is there ever gonna be a T-Rex? When is there ever gonna be a T-Rex? And like the cool creatures, they don't count as beasts. They count as monsters. You know? So like the coolest thing, well, you probably can find a T-Rex, but maybe like a wolf. That's a little. Well, maybe if you had a lot of them, but at the same time, it relies on you using your channel divinity, and your channel divinity only lasts for a minute. until the creature takes damage. So you couldn't even use it for multiple turns during combat. Yeah, no, you could... Huh? Okay, consider... You're channeled divinity, right? You use it... You only get like 1 channeled divinity per day, right? Or do those also increase at higher levels? Do channeled divinities upgrade at higher levels? Do you get more? You get more channeled divinity slots? Okay, consider here. Like, let's say I got a T-Rex and I charmed it and I'm like, yeah, T-Rex. T-Rex, let's go. As soon as he gets hit, he's not charmed anymore, so that doesn't even work anymore. I guess I'd have 3 channel divinities, so I could use the T-Rex for exactly 3 turns and no longer. No longer, because after that he'd no longer be charmed by me. So you can use the animals you charmed 3 times for 3 attacks. Problematisch, ne? Not bad, not good. Oh, well, I guess they can, Wakatta. So the goal is to have them charge in and then leave them there. Wakatta. Okay, yeah, that is an excellent point, actually. That is an excellent point. I'll give this a B. Now, if you wanted to reference what I would consider like an S tier level feature, S tier for me would be... S tier for me would be, for example, something like Mantle of Inspiration. You get it at 3rd level. You can use it like 8 times a day and give everyone on your team an instant 30 foot of movement. Just as a reaction. And shield. That is crazy. That is crazy. And the movement doesn't even provoke opportunity attacks, so you can just reposition your entire team just like that, and do that 8 times in a single combat. It's a great feature. It's wonderful. Ne. Alright. Next is... Tempest Cleric. We've got Tempest, Trickery, and War Cleric left. I might have to do an extra stream where I do the clerics that are not in the PHB. Yo. Are you saying day instead of long rest? Well, you know I mean long rest. You know what I mean. Hush now. Hush now. We now talk about Tempest Cleric. Well, welcome Moino. I know. Could have sworn Twilight was PHP. No, Twilight is Tasha's. Yeah, Twilight is Tasha's cauldron. Ne. There's a lot of cleric domains, but a lot of them are not PHP. You got a few that are from Tasha's and some that are from Xanthar's guide. Yeah. Yeah, but Twilight is from Tasha's cauldron. So Tempest domain cleric gets 2 first level spells, Fog Cloud and Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave. Now Thunder Wave, I used to have that spell when I played Bard once. I didn't use it a lot. I did not use that spell a lot. Oh my god. It's 2d damage and pushing 10 foot away. On a failed save. Thunder Wave. Within a 15-foot cube. It's good if you're surrounded. What? If you're playing a caster who's not on the front lines, well, it is still, but they can't close the 10 foot so easily. Well, if there's a lot of enemies around you, then yeah, you want to use that, but, it's not gonna help you from being surrounded. Pocket boom. Yeah, but at the same time, so they are frontliners sometimes. True, pocket boom. Pocket boom. Well, I guess it's good against a crowd of enemies. Yeah, pocket boom for a first level spell. Let's see how well it scales actually. Increases by 1d8 damage for each level. And at first level you do like an average of 9 damage with it per enemy. If they fail their save. Yeah, for a first level spell, I mean, you can't complain. You got Fog Cloud. Heavily obscured. And the radius of the fog increases by 20 feet for each level. Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that scaled. Ah. Yeah. I mean, I like that. I mean, I like this. Why not? You might as well. Fog Cloud is incredible if anyone in the party has blind sight. Yeah, but I think Fog Cloud is also just fun for an easy getaway. I'd totally use Fog Cloud just to run away. And like, they wouldn't know which direction I went in. I like Fog Cloud. Why not? Oh, where did I go? Who knows? Then at 3rd level you get Gust of Wind and Shatter. 3d thunder damage and a 10-foot radius sphere. And anyone made of metal has disadvantage on the saving throw. Fog Cloud is a Team Rocket coded spell. That is a wait, Tempest. There we go, Tempest. I sniff. Shatter his backpack boom. A creature made of inorganic material, so it doesn't mean that someone wearing armor would have disadvantage, just if they're made of it. I see. No, 3d thunder damage is an average of like 12 or 13 damage, right? For a 2nd level spell. On a failed save, obviously. You're the best devil VTuber on Twitch. I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you, but I don't stream on Twitch. Thunder damage spells tend to be anti-construct coded. Does it work against stone? It does work against stone. Ah, well, but it's a creature. It's a creature, well, so it has to be construct. Damn it. Yeah, well, good try. It is only 2nd level spell. I shouldn't forget that. You're the best devil VTuber on Bilibili. I did upload like 1 or 2 videos on Bilibili once. Don't look for them. It's a good spell. Then you have Gust of Wind. Line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. Blast from you in any direction. Must succeed on the concentration. Oh, okay. I like this. I like this very much. I like this very much. I am not on Vimeo though. I like this. Oh man, if you could combine this with the spike growth, that would be so good. Oh, if you could find this with the spike growth, that would be so nice. This with the spike growth would make me a lot happy. But it is post concentration. Well, if you brought this and your friend brought the spike growth, you'd be good. At 5th level you get Call Lightning and Sleet Storm. Call Lightning, concentration, 10 minutes, 120-foot range. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder. Storm cloud that is 10 foot tall with a 60-foot radius. Whoa. When you cast a spell, choose a point that you can see under the cloud. A bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make dexterity saving throw or take 3d10 lightning damage on failed save, half as much on the successful one. And you have to use your action. If you're outdoors while casting the spell damage increases by 1d10. So 4d10 if you're outside, 3d10 if you're inside. But you do have to use your action each time. Then again, is that 4d10? Well, let's work with the 3d10 if you're inside. That'd be like 15 damage on failed save per turn in a 5-foot radius. Yeah. Why not? Come on, machen. That's the 3rd level spell, isn't it? Well, I do like that it auto-targets. Now I have to roll attack roll. And you also get Sleet Storm, 120 feet. Freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot tall cylinder with a 40-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. The area is heavily obscured and exposed flames in the area are doused. The ground in the area is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. And you make a dexterity saving throw or you fall prone, and you have to do... I see. Okay, so it's just making you slow, and each time you start the turn you have to see if you fall on your ass or not. I think that's funny. I think that is very funny. I like that a lot. Wait, how far is the radius again? 40-foot radius, I see. I just think it's funny. I totally use that just because it's funny. Make the big bad roll every turn if they fall on their face or not. I would enjoy that. That sounds like fun torment. That sounds very funny. At 7th level you get Control Water and Ice Storm. Control Water is 30-foot range, concentration. Till the spell ends, you control any freestanding water inside an area you choose up to... but that relies on you having water. Cause the water level of all standing water in the area to rise by as much as 20 feet. Oh. Heart water, redirect flow, or whirlpool. Oh. Oh. I do like the whirlpool. The whirlpool sounds really fun, but it relies on you having a lot of water. Where are you gonna get that much water from? Now, for a pirate campaign, this would be great. Oh my. For a pirate campaign, you'd be undefeatable. But in normal campaigns, they don't usually have that much water accessible. Unless you have, like, I don't know, a heck ton of control water. Water bottles, well, you'd have to bring a lot of those. And yeah, Ice Storm. All the ranges are so far. A hail of rock-hard ice pounds to the ground in a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder. Each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw or take 2d8 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage. And difficult terrain. Okay. I don't mind that. I do not mind that. 40. But it is but it doesn't have a duration. Oh. It's just one turn. Until the end of your next turn. I was about to say it doesn't have concentration, but it only lasts one turn. I was imagining this plus the wind pushy one. That would have been nice. But you have to recast it every time. Oh. So it's only... It's only difficult terrain for one turn. That's kind of sad. Only difficult terrain for one turn? What do you mean by that? That's whack. At 9th level, you get Insect Plague, which we already discussed, and Destructive Wave. Range itself in a 30-foot radius. You strike the ground, creating a burst of divine energy that ripples outward from you. Each creature you choose within range 30 feet of you must succeed in a Constitution saving throw or take 5d6 thunder damage, as well as 5d6 radiant or necrotic damage. Ooh, so overall 10d6 damage. Average of 30 damage. And be knocked prone. And if they succeed, half as much and don't be knocked prone. That's a 5th level spell. Now... I was thinking... Tempest is all about slip and slide fun times. Kind of, isn't it? Isn't it? There's so many spells that are like... Okay, difficult terrain, fall prone, difficult terrain. Has no friendly fire. That is true. 30-foot radius, 10d6 damage. But it is a 5th level spell. I'm a little bit stingy with my 5th level spell. Well, it's not bad. It's a good spell. It's just not an S tier spell, in my opinion. No, especially because it's only within the 30-foot radius. Well, then again, if you're being a frontliner, then yeah. Ouch. Getting knocked prone breaks concentration. True, but are you gonna be within 30 feet of the spellcaster? It's better than upcasting a fireball, which is saying a lot. That is a convincing argument. That is a my chair. That is a convincing argument. Now for features, they got bonus proficiency. At 1st level, you gain proficiency with martial weapons and heavy armor. Like my heavy armor proficiency. Also, at 1st level, you can thunderously rebuke attackers. When a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see with hits you with an attack, you can use a reaction to take to cause the creature to make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage on a failed. Oh, and you can use that equal to your wisdom modifier. Not bad. Not bad. It's only slightly less damage than Hellish Rebuke, and Hellish Rebuke is a higher level spell, isn't it? Static shock armor. It does only have a 5-foot range, but you're probably gonna be playing this class in melee, huh? You know, out of the This is a first level feature, so that's good for a first level feature. It's Walmart Hellish Rebuke. Unchanneled Divinity Destructive Wrath. You can use your Channel Divinity to wield the power of the storm with an unchecked ferocity. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use the Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage. Oh, I like this. Arigato! Thank you, Sam. Have to go to work. Thank you for the stream and love you. Thank you so much. Have fun at work. Now, I like this. This is one of the first Cleric Channel Divinities that I like. Wow. I like this. I like this. And that's what I meant about Channel Divinities being either meh or completely broken. No, this is really good. This is very good. This essentially doubles your damage, yeah. Now, my complaint with some of the previous Channel Divinities was that they don't scale. But this one very much scales. Oh, delicious. Imagine hitting that on a AoE spell that you cast at like 5th level on a bunch of enemies. Oh, succulent. Oh, yummy. Imagine making all the enemies take a 60 damage instead of 30 damage. Yummy. Oh. Yeah, I do like that. I do like that. I just like this. This is good. Yeah, I mean, honestly, out of all the channel divinities we've seen so far, this is probably the best one. If I had to say. And then you get Thunder Strike, and you get that at 2nd level too, that's good. You get Thunder Strike at 6th level. When you deal lightning damage to a larger or smaller creature, you can also push it 10 feet away from you, just for free. Okay, I like this. Just free 10 feet push away. Doesn't have a limit, doesn't say you have to use your reaction or anything. You can just... Okay, this is good. Hey! Oh my god. A class with good features? What? Divine Strike. At 8th level, you get the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy. On each of your turns, when you hit a creature, 1d8 thunder damage. Ah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Why not? Why not? Might as well have that. Ah. Get hit. Reaction Wrath of the Storm. Use turn to gust of wind, then them further away. Slip and slide. Yo. Oh, it's not as good as the channel divinity, but yeah. And then Stormborn. At 17th level, you have flying speed equal to your current walking speed when you're not underground or indoors. You turn into Thor! You turn into Thor with the hammer! You get to fly. Wow. Well, flying in D&D is generally a thing, so... Hey, you just get to do that at your speed. Okay. That is good. That is good. These are good. These are actually good. Nah. Huh. Huh. The Stormborn is laughably bad. Well, you get to fly. You get to fly. At 30 feet per turn if that's your speed. If not, then more. I mean, isn't that kind of good? Because consider this, right? All of your spells, a lot of the cleric spells have 300 or 120 foot range, right? So if you're fighting against any type of melee enemy, just go all the way uppies and make it rain on them. Just go all the way uppies and make it rain on them. I guess other classes can do it sooner, but I like the idea of going all the way uppies and just raining down hail and thunder like a meteor shower. That sounds pretty cool. And it's more effective than some other level 17. Make it rain on them does not. That's not true. Isn't make it rain on them also for money? Isn't that also what you say? Anyhow, we've got Trickery and War Cleric left. Trickery has a lot of bard spells. Just laughably late and oddly restrictive. Well, I've seen worse level 17 features. I've seen much worse. I know. I like Trickery Domain because it has a lot of bard spells, so I don't have to read the spell description. Charm Person and Disguise Self. Charm Person. Yeah. The thing is, it's good for someone you're not gonna meet again. Let me just say that. Because a condition of the spell that after the duration is up, the creature knows it was charmed by you. So if it's someone you're gonna meet again, they're gonna be mad. So if you're just gonna use it to get in and out of somewhere real quick, that's good for you. If you're gonna use it for something else, then that's bad for you. Yeah. I just don't get that much use out of Charm Person as a board. And Disguise Self. Disguise Self is just a good and fun out of combat spell. I like Disguise Self, it's a good spell. Yeah. Although, yeah, Charm Person don't get too much. Pass Without Trace is a great out of combat spell. Pass Without Trace is so good because it helps your entire party. And you also get Mirror Image at 3rd level, which 3 illusory doubles of yourself appear within your space. Each time a creature targets you with an attack, roll a d20 to determine whether the attack instead targets one of your duplicates. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 or higher to change the attack's target to a duplicate. The duplicate's AC equals 10 plus your dexterity modifier. If an attack hits a duplicate, the duplicate is destroyed. And it's only an attack that hits it, so it ignores AoE, right? I don't think that's bad at all. Because I mean, isn't that just free a lot of increased AC for a little while? I don't think that's bad. I think that's pretty good. AoE technically it's if AoE hits, that makes it quite a bit worse. But at least for single attacks, it's gonna be good for a little while. Well, for a 2nd level spell, it's not bad. You can't expect a 2nd level spell to do that much better. At 5th level, you get Blink and Dispel Magic. Well, Dispel Magic is just a good spell. A good spell, generally. Blink. Roll a d20 at the end of each of your turns for the duration. On a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from your current plane of existence and appear in the ethereal plane. While on the ethereal plane, you can see and hear the plane you originated from. You can't see anything more than 60 feet away. Blink. Huh. Well, it is up to RNG, because you have to roll an 11 or higher, but it is pretty nice because you can just samba on out of there. Wait, when do you reappear? You appear, wait, at the start of your next turn, you reappear. Oh! Oh! So you disappear at the end of your turn, and you reappear at the start of your next turn. That's kinda crazy, isn't it? If it works, which you have about a 50% of a chance of it working, no one can hate you. If it works, no one can hate you, cause you're just gone at the end of your turn while the enemies take their turn. You're just gone, and you come back to hit them again, and then you'll just be gone again. Huh? If it works, great spell. But that's probably up to luck if it's busted or if it's barely worth it. But it is only a level 3 spell, so that's very good for a level 3 spell. Well, horrors beyond your imagination can hit you, but don't think about that. Well, yeah, shh. Well, I guess it prevents you from taking reactions to a creature, but good if you don't want to get hit. At 7th level you get Polymorph and Dimension Door. Both are great spells. Nothing beats the unbridled joy of turning an ally into a giant ape mid-fight. Oh, what? You have 1 HP and you're about to go down? Oh, I should heal you? Well, what if I gave you more than 100 HP instead? How would you like to be giant ape? That's very cool. I love Polymorph. Polymorph is a great spell. And Dimension Door is also good. And you don't even have to see it. And 1 creature you can bring along. Not bad. Yeah, don't dislike Dimension Door. Giant monkey. Yeah, you can be giant monkey. I know. Once I had a BBG one-shot most of the party because I happened to be blinked away at the time. Oh no! Yeah, I just like Polymorph. Polymorph is a great spell. I love Polymorph. And at 9th level we get Modify Memory and Dominate Person. Yeah, this is just Bard Light. This is Bard Light. These are Bard spells, aren't they? Both Modify Memory and Dominate Person. Ah. Well, I never say no to Bard spells. I never say no to Bard spells. The only problem with Dominate Person is that it's humanoids only. Yeah. I know. But the spells, I just like the Bard spells. I can't lie. I cannot lie. Adi, are you a Bard apologist? I'm a Bard supporter. Trickster. I forgot how to spell Trickster. Honestly, I don't mind these spells. They're good. There's not that much, like, it doesn't have any damaging spells, but it's probably the best subclass for any out of combat. I'm a Bard supremacist, that's true. It tries to be too many things. Well, in combat, this class is kind of useless. Like, the spell list, at least so far, is kind of useless. if you compare it to Tempest or Nature or Light, this is nothing. But if you're looking to play it for what it is, which is out of combat utility, then yeah, it's kind of good. It's kind of good. Oh, maybe it doesn't have to be an A. Maybe it could be a B. Yeah, it should probably be a B. Nah. I'm too bard-brained. A little too bard-brained. At first level you get Blessing of the Trickster. And use to action to touch a willing creature to give it advantage on this dexterity stealth checks. Lasts for 1 hour or until you use it again. Now the good thing is you don't have a limit to this and it doesn't cost any resources. But you also have Pass Without a Trace. You also have Pass Without a Trace. It's an okay feature for first level one. The second level is Invoke Duplicity. You can use your channel divinity to create an illusory duplicate of yourself. It lasts 1 minute or until you lose concentration. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the illusion up to 30 feet to a space you can see, but it must remain within 120 feet of you. You can cast spells as though you were in the illusion space. Oh! But you must use your own senses additionally. When both you and your illusion are within 5 feet of a creature that can see the illusion, you have advantage on attacks rolls against that creature. Oh! I like that. I like that. You just get automatic advantage if you're within... Ah. Yeah. I like that. I like that. That's a good channel divinity. Channel divinity at 6th level, Cloak of Shadows. You can use your channel divinity to vanish. As an action, you become invisible until the end of your next turn. You become visible if you attack or cast a spell. Well... Wouldn't that be fun to use in combination with Blink? Would that not be fun? I think that sounds fun. But it's definitely not as good as Invoke Duplicity. But also, shouldn't you be harder to hit? Wait, how long does it last? Only until the end of your next turn. So you can't really use it to sneak. That's only for 1 combat turn. Oh my gosh, my chair. It's still useful, it's just oddly restrictive. Yeah, that's what I think. If it lasted for like a minute, would be way better. Divine Strike. At 8th level, you gain the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with poison. Once on each of your attacks, turns when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 poison damage. Well, meh. That's just the same that everyone has. And at level 17, you get Improved Duplicity. You can create up to 4 duplicates of yourself instead of 1. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move any number of them up to 30 feet, to a maximum range of 120 feet. Huh. Bye-bye, Centeno. Thank you for coming by. Kind of between giving this a B and an A. Because I do like the duplicates, but no, it's kind of not on the same level as the Tempest. So I don't think it deserves an A. It deserves a B. If you want it for what it is, then Trickster Cleric is great. Honestly, well, I forgot that it has out of combat potential. Yeah, it's... it's... it is what it is, you know? You're not gonna get much done with it in combat, but out of combat, it's really good. It's not a Tempest. It's not a Tempest Cleric in combat, but it is what it's supposed to be, you know? Let's see here. War Cleric, is that gonna be fun or not? I'm getting a little bit eepy. Oh gosh, I didn't realize I've been streaming for 2.5 hours again. Oh my gosh. Wow. I forgot how late it is. Oh my god. I was like, why am I so eepy? Why am I so eebiz? Oh, I don't get why improved duplicity does. Well, you get like 4 people instead of 1. Might be good because you can cast your spells through them, and like obviously the enemies would be confused which one of them is the real one. We can do the rest of the subclasses at a later time. Yeah, I feel like I might have to do a second stream where I also do the ones that are not PHP. But they still use the same concentration. True, but like, you know, reasonably, if you let them swarm out on a battlefield, the DM would have to be like, okay, the enemies don't know which one to hit, so they hit a random one, you know? So technically, wouldn't it do the same as the illusory double spell? Or wait, that's what it's called, right? I keep forgetting these spell names. Oh, there's so many. Wait, what was the spell called again? It's mirror image, yeah. I guess I'll go through some of the other ones on another stream. Hi. I know. I guess I'll also go through other spells like other subclasses like Twilight Cleric some other time, ne. I think it's implied that the clones are reasonably obvious. You think so? Because in the description it said that they were perfect duplicates, right? If it's assumed that they're perfect duplicates, then they shouldn't be reasonably obvious, right? Right? Because this does directly specify in the description that they're perfect duplicates. And it doesn't say anything about being able to make like an insight check or perception check to see which one is the real one. So you have to assume that they are perfect replicas. Huh. Oh well. Demo! I know. But he can't act. Not sure. I might have to read that again. It's just where I left Naya, but I'm so eepy. I know. I suppose I will do part 2 of the stream with some of the Tashas and Xanther's Guide to Everything subclasses. Nemo! Thank you for coming by. I'll see you for my stream tomorrow. Oh, so eepy. I know. Ba. Ciao. Why am I even streaming tomorrow? I don't remember. Oh, I'm streaming side effects.